Hi guys, welcome back to Nebula Fox Toy Reviews, and today we are taking a look at the brand new Hammond collection Indominus Rex. This thing is cool, but it does have a few flaws. So, as usual, we're going to take a quick look at the box first, and then we'll throw this to the side and look at the figure. So, we have a very nice artist rendering of the Indominus Rex down in the bottom corner, and that art does continue round to the side. We've got an embossed Jurassic World logo, and we've got True Effects up here, and then Jurassic World Hammond Collection Indominus Rex. On the side, we've got a screenshot of the Indominus from the film, and we have the Jurassic World logo, the basic one because it's from the first film. And then on the back, we have Indominus Rex in a few different languages, and then the warnings and stuff, and like they're not artist renders, they're like the CGI renders of the figures to sort of give you an idea for some of the poses it can get in. On the bottom, it's just more warnings and stuff. So, we'll move the box to the side and bring the figure in. Now, I'm definitely not going to be able to get all of this thing in frame because it's huge. It's not as big as the Spinosaurus. I'll move the camera up. There we go. It's not as big as the Spinosaurus. That still holds the title of like the biggest carnivore that they've made. But it's not that far off. All of the big carnivores, they're not that far off in terms of being the same size. So, getting a closer look at the head, they have once again ditched the glass eyes, and they've gone with the nice red eye paint with the black pupil. It's painted really nicely actually. There we go. Painted really nicely, and with the size of the eye, I think that was a good choice. To me personally, I feel like it was a good choice to actually paint it instead of go for the glass eyes, but at the same time, the glass eyes on these bigger figures look really nice. So we've got the nicely painted red eye with the dark around the eye, which basically looks like she's really tired. We've got a red that goes along the length of, well, the back part of the mouth, which is an interesting colour choice. I know it's meant to look like the gums from the mouth, but it's like, why is it on the outside of the mouth? We've got a really odd white splash on the face. This camera you can't really tell with this camera, but if you look, so this is like the grey colour, and then you've got just white that goes along the top. It's an odd colour choice. I mean, I don't think it doesn't look terrible in this section of the figure. It looks terrible when they use it again later on, but here it doesn't look too terrible. Then going down, we've got all the nice scoots that are moulded in. The quills are the soft rubbery material, so you don't have to really worry about poking your eyes out. Going, if I turn it on its side so you can see the top, you can tell where the quills have been put in because look at that colour difference. You can easily tell. They've done it with the quills going down the back as well, but it's not as obvious, I don't think. It's not as bad when you get down the back of the figure. But you've got the scoots that run in all the full length down into the tail. You've got this like dark grey, almost brown wash going the full length of the figure as well, except for the tip of the tail. That is, this section is fully unpainted. But it doesn't matter. I don't mind. It is a bit of an odd colour choice that they went with grey for the Indominus, but for a figure, I actually like it. Well, we know from the film that the Indominus is white because Mazran is all like, oh, you didn't tell me it was white. So, it is meant to be white, but I quite like it in grey. It is quite a nice figure in grey. If we get a look at the hands, for some reason they've done the fingers, like the actual fingers in this dark brown colour. I don't know why. Maybe it's when it's been rummaging around in the mud. Maybe it's been, messing around with mud. I don't know. We also don't have painted hand claws. Maybe that's because it's meant to look like it's been in the mud, so it's like the fingers and the claws have all been in the mud. I don't know. But if we go down to the feet claws have been painted, but the feet also have that brown colouring on them. Not as strong as the hands, but it does still have the brown on there. And the back of the legs is where we have that white paint again, and this is where it looks kind of terrible. I'm just going to point the camera down a bit more, actually, because this is a heavy figure to hold up. So, if we look at the back of the leg, especially here on the back of the calf, you can see the ugly splashing of that white colour again. And if we look at it from the side, I don't know if you'll be able to tell with this camera. Yeah, you can't really tell. But in person, it looks terrible. There's no blending, so there's no like grey gradually into the white. It's just grey, white. It just looks terrible. Especially just the back of the calf looks terrible, looks the worst. Just this part of the leg looks the worst. But apart from that, paintwork, the back of the leg is the only gripe I have, really. And for articulation, the articulation is pretty good with this thing. Oh, my other gripe is to do with the tongue. But yeah, articulation. So you've got the mouth. I am going to move the camera back up for this. So we've got the mouth. Both the upper and lower jaw move separately. So you can either open just the bottom, or you can open them both together, or you can have just the top open. So what I mean when I say I have a gripe with the tongue, it's got an articulated tongue, like all of the large carnivores do. But with the other large carnivores, if you had the mouth all the way open like this, the tongue was still able to sit flush against the bottom jaw. With this figure, it can't. So that is as far down as the tongue will go. So if you pose your Indominus Rex, that looks so stupid. So if you have your Indominus Rex posed with the mouth all the way open, the tongue will always be sticking out, which is unfortunate. While the mouth is open, if we take a quick look in the mouth, it has been done in that nice glossy pink colour. As per usual, the teeth are a soft, the soft rubbery material. Loads of people say the teeth look too big, and while, yeah, the teeth do look big, it doesn't look as bad when you see the figure in person. Also, the mouth doesn't want to close fully. You're always going to have, and this isn't just mine, I think all of them do it, so you're always going to have the mouth open that little tiny bit, which is unfortunate. But going back into the open mouth, I don't know what this bit's called, but that bit is a soft, that bit is a soft rubbery material, so it gets the nice stretch. The tongue is actually solid in this one. Normally it's like a soft rubbery material, but in this one it's solid. So that's the inside of the mouth. Articulation at the head. So we are back to having that ball joint where the head meets the neck, and also the ball joint where the neck meets the body. So for looking up is pretty much just looking straight forward, but you can get it to look, you can get it to look down, but you also get the nice side to side again with the head being on the ball joint. With the arms, camera goes down again. So for the arms, you get the forward and back at the shoulder, and also the out to the side at the shoulder. For the elbows, you get that is fully bent, so you get about 90 degrees of bend, and then there's fully straight. For the wrist, you do have the swivel and hinge at the wrist as well. The figure also comes with interchangeable hands. So these are the hands that it has straight out of the box. So you can see they're a bit more open, a bit more relaxed. And then you've got this hand, which is it's more closed, like it's grabbing something. So I do believe if you have the Hammond collection people, or just some human figures, I do believe it can hold these. I haven't tried to swap the hands out. I'm not going to, just in case I break it. But you just pull that hand off and then put the new hand in. That's it. I don't want to risk breaking these because they're not... The Hammond collection aren't exactly easy to replace if you get them damaged. Going to the legs, we do have... I'm going to have to move the camera up again, aren't I? There we go. So, at the leg, we've got a ratchet at the hip. So it'll hold its position there. And we do have like a tiny bit of in and out, but it's not really existent. We have the knee. Now, the knee is another joint that some people have complained about. So there it is, fully extended. And there it is, sort of fully crouched, I guess. This has normally been a pretty tight joint with previous large carnivores, or it's been like a soft ratchet, whereas this it's more of a friction joint, and lots of people have said it's weak, but as you can see, my Indominus stands just fine. So I don't know if some other people have just had issues with their knees being too weak that the figure can't hold itself up, but the knees on mine, while they are looser than all the other joints, they're fine. We have the ankle, which is a swivel. I'll do the swivel first. And it is also ratcheted. I'm not going to do it all the way because, my god, that is a tight joint. And we also have the foot, which is on a swivel and also on a ratchet. So it is a bit of an odd choice that they've put the hip, the ankle and the foot on a ratchet joint, but not the knee. So I do feel like over time, the knee is going to be the first joint that will go, if you know what I mean. It's the first joint that will weaken the most. Tail is on a ball joint where it meets the body, and then it's the bendy wire with a skin on it. So same as the Scorpius Rex from last week. That's the articulation. Final accessory is this right here. So you just pop this panel out. It has a bit of like good old school Kenner dino damage. And then the other side of this piece is the trekking implant that she removes in the film. So that is pretty cool, and that is a pretty cool accessory. Very nice detailing on it. I love how fresh the wound looks. It's all nice and shiny. Even the wound that's still there in the body is nice and shiny, so it still looks wet, so to speak. And then you can just put that back in like so. And I think it sits nice and flush, I feel. To pull it out, you've just got one of the scoots that you need to tug on. So it's not like it's got a random tab that sticks out. It does, blend in with the figure really nicely. It's another one of those, they didn't really need to do that. They could have easily just left it as a complete Indominus without removable dino damage and tracking implant. But I'm glad they did because I think it looks cool. So, that's that. That's all I can really say about this girl. Let's move her in a bit more central. There we go. Very good figure. This wave overall, now that this is the last one that I'm reviewing, I wouldn't say this is the strongest wave overall. It has its strong figures. I do feel like this isn't in the middle figure. I feel like the Scorpius, the Mutodon and the Dilophosaurus are like the strong figures. The Indominus is in the middle going to strong, and then the Hypsilophodon is, I don't know, to me that's the worst one. It's not a terrible figure. The Hypsilophodon is not a terrible figure. I'm just not bothered about small herbivores like that, especially when we've had the Dryosaurus and it's just a retool of that. But anyway, very good figure. Highly recommend picking it up if you can. If you find it at a discounted price, even better. But if you have to pay full price, I think it was $57.99 I paid for it from Rex's Reviews. And I got it within a few days, so yeah, I can't complain. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I shall see you all in the next video, whatever that'll be.